Okay, can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 43. Variable tangent intersects coordinate axis at A. Okay. Basically, the question is there is a circle x square plus y square equal to a square. You take any tangent to that, it is intersecting x axis at A and y axis at B. And AB has a midpoint. You take some other tangent, then this is A, this is B, it has a midpoint. You have to find locus of all these midpoints. Apart from finding the equation, anybody would like to understand what will be the shape of the locus? Anybody?
Square.
Just imagine different lines, tangents, and try to roughly mark. Try to draw different tangents, identify A and B, and identify the midpoints. It may not be required for this question, but I want you to have a feel of that curve.
Sir, parabola.
Hyperbola.
I don't know what is parabola yet. Parabola is next chapter. Not that anything in this shape is a parabola. Even x power 4, x power 6 graph will be more or less like that. Doesn't mean they are parabola. I'm not asking the name of the curve, roughly is the shape of the curve. Do you think will it be there in all quadrants or only first quadrant?
All quadrants.
In all quadrants it will be there, right? And it will be symmetrical about y-axis, symmetrical about x-axis. Will it touch the circle or it will not touch the circle?
Touch the circle.
Why it will touch the circle? Anybody want to tell?
Because the tangent is vertical.
Yes, for one of the tangent, where it is touching, that itself will be the midpoint also. Especially when you take the 135 degrees inclination, right?
Sir, roughly the shape is 1 by x and
Practically very horizontal like this. The midpoint will be here. Right?
sir, it will be like 1 by x graph, sir.
Yes, yes. It will be somewhat like this kind of graph. Because in the beginning here, later on here, and when you take almost vertical tangent like this, the midpoint will be very high. But I don't think this line will touch y-axis. You know why? When you take very long horizontal tangent, this height I think has to be more than r by 2. Roughly, I'm thinking. Why? Because this height is r, this is a midpoint. This height has to be around r by 2, I think. Or maybe it may not be. But anyway, how to find the locus is very easy. I just want you to spend some time on the question and understand. Okay. So let midpoint of AB be x1 comma y1. This is our usual way. Whichever point they are asking locus, we'll take that as x1 comma y. I took this as x1 y. I can directly say a is equal to 2x1 comma 0 and b is equal to 0 comma 2y1. We did so many times using this. The midpoint is x1 y1. This is 2x1. This is 2y1. Y coordinate, x coordinate. If somebody doesn't want to write directly, you have to write let a be a comma 0 and b be 0 comma b. And then m is equal to midpoint of AB. That is x1 comma y1 equal to x1 plus 0 by 2, 0 plus y1 by 2, which is x1 by 2 comma y1 by 2. And equate, I'll get x1 equal to a by 2. So when I equate these two, I'll get a equal to 2x1 and b equal to 2y. Instead of all this, I wrote directly. Okay. Why I am writing directly is, let us say this point is x1, y1. This is midpoint. That means this length is x1, this length is y1. According to trigonometry, the school level, if this is parallel to the base, this length should be double of this. If this is x1, what is this length will be?
2x1.
And if this is y1, what is this height will be?
y1.
This is 2x1 comma 0, this is 0 comma 2y1. So I can directly write it. So either write directly or you do all this and let the same thing. Okay. Now what is the equation of AB? X by A plus y by B equal to 1, intercept form. And that is x by 2x1 plus y by 2y1 equal to 1. So till now we have not yet used the circle part. What we have done is, if midpoint of the chord is AB, midpoint of this segment is AB, what are the equation of the segment? We found that much. Okay. What this should be? It should be tangent to circle. How will you know whether a line is tangent to circle or not?
Distance between the center is perpendicular distance from center equal to
Center
radius.
perpendicular distance equal to radius. So this should be tangent to circle. Okay. For tangent to be circle, from center, perpendicular distance to line is equal to radius. Okay, what is the distance from origin to this? Mod 1 by root over what is the x coefficient? 1 by 2x1 whole square. What is y coefficient? 1 by 2 by 1 whole square equal to 1. I can bring this here and square it. It will become 1 by 4x1 square plus 1 by 4 by 1 square equal to 1. Send 4 there. 1 by x square plus 1 by y square equal to 4. Okay, somebody missed yesterday's class. Up to 42, we discussed most of the questions when people asked out. At least half of the questions we discussed. You can see the recording if you want. Anushka, you sent yesterday's class notes, right?
No, sir, I did not send yesterday's. I
Okay.
did not note the solutions for the ones I already solved.
Okay, okay. So if somebody missed the class, you can see the recording. All right. Or if you got already up to 40 on your own, it's okay. Igda, can you send mains 1 to 20 question solutions in the group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Udalakshmi, can you send 21 to 40 solutions in the group?
Yes.
Okay. Why did I equate to radius? Radius should be a, right? So I did not forgot to write a here. When I bring here, it will become 1 by a square, 4 by a square. I took radius as 1 by mistake. Okay. So write a here. Here reciprocal is 1 by a square, here 4 by a square. Okay. In a sense, most of the locus questions we do in reverse. What do you mean by reverse? What was the question? The question is first you take tangent to the circle. First step is take tangent to the circle. Second step is identify x-intercept and y-intercept. Third step is find their midpoint. And fourth step is locus. That's what there is a question, right? Tangent first, next A and B, next midpoint, next locus of that. But we do reverse. First we did the midpoint is x1, y1, then we found A and B, then we found the line, and we applied condition for tangents, right? In essence, we are doing the whole process reverse. Assume that midpoint is x1, y1 and do everything in reverse. Okay, this is method 1. So one may ask, what is this curve? Is it parabola? Is it hyperbola? Sorry, it is not none of them. It's some other curve. I don't know the name of it. Okay? Because if you do cross multiplication, we'll get x square into y square, 4th degree. And all our curves known to are 2nd degree only. We don't have x square into y square term anytime. It may be product of two hyperbolas, that is also possible. Because usually y equal to 1 by x graph will be here, y equal to minus 1 by x will be here. Something of that sort it may be. Okay, method 2. General tangent to circle is x cos theta plus y sin theta equal to a. When I said parametric form and chord joining two things, I think I also said this is a general tangent to a circle. Even by normal form, you know that. Whatever theta you take, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, this is always tangent to circle. But if I want to convert into intercept form, x cos theta by a, y sin theta by a equal to 1. That is x by a by cos theta, y by a by sin theta equal to 1. From this you can tell x-intercept is that is point A is a by cos theta comma 0, b is 0 comma a by sin theta. If you know these two, what is the midpoint x comma y will be? A by cos theta plus 0 by 2, 0 plus a by sin theta by 2. That is x by y is equal to a by 2 cos theta and a by 2 sin theta. When I equate these two, that is x is equal to a by 2 cos theta, y equal to a by 2 sin theta. So in first year we have this in parametric form basically. X and y are in parametric form. If you want to find the locus, we eliminate theta. How to eliminate? From this cos theta will come 2x by a, and from this sin theta will come 2y by a. That is cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1. 2x by a whole square plus 2y by a whole square equal to 1. You can take 4 commons and that
The
side.
cos theta a by 2x.
Cos theta is a by 2x. Fine. Cos theta is a by 2x and sin theta is a by 2y. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. That is a by 2x whole square and a by 2y whole square equal to 1. That is 1 by x square plus 1 by x square. A square by 4 will become common, both that side. It will become 4 by s. You can even do like this. Of course, somebody can easily verify by objective method, because when you take this point where the thought curve will touch, that will be a cos 45, a sin 45. That means a by root 2 comma a by root 2 should satisfy. In all the options, put a by root 2 comma a by root 2, whichever satisfies, that will be correct. You can do like that also. How many of you tried beyond 50?
Right.
Sir, me.
Okay. Anybody else? Apart from Sriharsh and Chaitanya, anybody else?
Sir, I tried.
Okay, good. Okay, Kartikeya, good.
Sir, I tried up to 50 only.
Okay, Sachidan tried up to 50. All right. So those who tried, I want to clarify at least doubts up to 50 at least. So 44, anybody has doubt? $45. 45 indirectly, sum of the slopes is 0, right? 45
Yes,
is
sir.
from the extreme point you have drawn two tangents. Their slopes are tan alpha, tan beta. Here cot alpha, cot beta means 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2 is 0. If you do cross multiplication, let m1 plus m2 equal to 0. And you can easily say answer should be C, because if you take a circle, only if you draw tangents here on x-axis or y-axis, the tangents will have slope mn minus n and sum will be 0. Anywhere else it will not be like that. So obviously they are x and y-axis. Any doubt about 46? Any doubt about 47? That's also easy, right? Anybody doubt about 48? Just you draw the figure and very easily you can tell that also. Okay, maybe I'll discuss 49 and 50. Okay, 49. We want a circle touching y-axis at origin and the line 5x plus 12y minus 72 equal to 0. Okay, see, these are actually very easy questions. Touching y-axis at origin, there will be so many circles like this, right? Among them, two circles will touch the particular line. One is on this side, one is on this side. They are asking what are they? Okay. What is, so let me draw that figure. Okay, so this is 5x plus 12y minus 72 equal to 0 line. And touching y-axis at origin, there are infinite circles like this. Okay. Among them, two of them are touching this line. What are they? This is actually quite easy. If I take radius is r, center will be r comma 0. This is r, it will have r comma 0. If this is r, it will be minus r comma 0. So I am going to take, let center be r comma 0 and the radius be mod r. Okay. So I am taking mod r, I want to cover both this side and this side. Otherwise, I will take minus r comma 0 one time r comma 0. If r is positive now, I will get on the right side. If r is negative, I will get on the left side. Okay. Now, how to find the radius? This will always touch y-axis, no doubt. But if you touch this line, for a circle to touch a line from the center, we put radius. Very simple. So from center, perpendicular distance is equal to radius. From r comma 0, what is the distance? 5 into r plus 12 into 0 minus 72 by root over 5 square plus 12 square is equal to mod r. That is mod 5r minus 72 is equal to 13 mod r. So 5r minus 72 is equal to plus r minus 13r. When it is plus, you can send that side, you will get 8r equal to minus 72. When it is minus, bring this side, 18r equal to 72. So here r is minus 9 and here r is 4. So when r is 4, the center is 4 comma 0. When r is minus 9, center is minus 9 comma 0 and radius is plus 9. Here the radius is 4. Okay. So we'll get x plus 9 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square equal to 9 square. Or here x minus 4 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square equal to 4. When I expand this, I'll get x square plus y square plus 18x equal to 0. Here I'll get x square plus y square minus 8x equal to 5. Okay, so some of you completed on your own, it's okay. For those who are not completed, is the question and solution both clear to you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Not at all difficult. You just assume the radius, from that you are able to find center, and for a line to be tangent to circle, from the center perpendicular equal to radius. So, Okay, so many of you have to take responsibility for yourself and be serious, because it's very difficult for us to check your class notes, how you are doing homework, and then how you are listening to the classes, and keep an exam and correct those papers. It's a lot of effort. And then to track those people who are not done, call them and all that. Okay. So ultimately you have to take responsibility. And these questions now, when you try, after that you discuss, that will be much better than if I just discuss. Okay. So the completed, let's just think about 50. Okay, I'm arranging this. Okay, coming to 50. 1, 2 is a point on this line 3x minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. Touching a line at a fixed point, there are a dot of circles. Okay. Among them, 2 particular circles have radius 5. One on this side, one on this side. There are these 2. Okay. They want either this equation or both. Apart from the options, verifying from the options, subjectively, anybody want to give an idea how to find these 2 circles?
Sir, let us assume center of circle as h comma k. So we know slope of the tangent, sir.
Yes.
Slope of tangent and the slope of the
Line joining.
radius equal to -1. We'll get in one equation in terms of h and k.
So you take this h comma k, you know this slope, based on that you know this slope, you know these 2 points will find slope and equate it, you will get one condition. Okay, fine.
Next, perpendicular distance from center of the line to.
Okay, from h comma k, find distance to this line equated to radius.
Get 2
equations at 2 unknowns. That's good. And when you apply distance, there's a mod. So when you take plus, you'll get one answer. When you take minus, you'll get another answer. Okay, that's good. Both are linear equations, so you should be able to solve. That's nice. Okay. Actually, you know what you are actually doing it. When you took this slope, now you are finding this line equation. You will get 4h plus 3k equal to 1. No, equal to 7.
10, sir. Okay.
1 comma 2 is 10. 4h plus 3k equal to 10. That is basically this line equation. When you apply perpendicular distance, you will actually got what you are finding is you are finding this line. That will be 3x plus 4y plus 30 equal to 0. That is 3h minus 4k plus 30 equal to 0. 3h minus 4k minus 20 equal to 0. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that is basically you are finding this line and this line. The parallel to this at a distance 5 on this side, at a 5 on this side. Why I am telling directly is yesterday only I told you. What number should be added here if you want to travel 1 unit parallel to it? You have to add root a square plus b square, which is 5. If you want to travel 5 units, how much should I add here? 5 5s are 25 you have to add. Root 3 square plus 4 square is 5. And we have to travel 5 units, so another 5, 20. So when I add 25, you get this, subtract 25, you get this. We are finding these two lines and this line and solving, finding these two centers. You may not be calling that, but ultimately it is same. So that's good. Any other method? Anybody?
So parametric form.
By using parametric form, you want to find center?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's also good. Dinesh. You know this line slope is 3 by 4, so this line slope is minus 4 by 3. If you call tan theta, or you can find cos and sine. You know x1, y1, you know r, you want to travel x1 plus r cos theta plus y1 plus r sin theta, x1 minus r cos theta, y1 minus r sin theta. Yes, that's also good. Parametric form of a line. By using that, you'll be able to find these 2 points. You know, center and radius, you can find. Yes, anything else?
Sir, we will write the equation as x square plus y square plus lambda times that line equation.
X square plus y square plus lambda times. Are you sure about it? When you want to use x plus lambda L equal to 0, you should know one circle in the family, not x square plus y square.
As x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus 0 square plus lambda times that equation.
Yes,
Then
I
we
said
find
this
the
point
radius.
circle method. You remember that? Good. Imagine a circle with this as the center and 0 as the radius. Take that point plus lambda times this line. It will cover all other circles touching this line at this point. If you want radius to be 5, find the radius of that in terms of lambda. Equate it to 5, you'll get lambda. Put that lambda back. Yes, that's good. Any other method?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, let us assume the equation of the circle as first circle x square plus y square plus 2gx. Let s equals to 0 and s1 equals to 0, s dash equals to 0. S dash plus s equals to the equation of the line which is given, sir.
S minus s dash.
S minus s dash is the equation of the line which is
But
given.
there is a
sir.
problem. Wait. S minus s dash is this line, I'll agree. But it need not be 3x minus 4y plus 5. When you do s minus s dash, you may get 30x minus 45 plus 50 also. 10 times that, 100 times that also you can get. You can even take general circle x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2f plus c equal to 0. It is not necessary, but I am just telling. Radius equal to 5, one equation. Pass through 1 comma to 1 equation. If you touch this line from the center, perpendicular distance equal to 5, another equation. 3 equations and 3 unknowns. You will get. Okay. As long as you can find 3 equations, you can find GFC, right? Anyway, I prefer that taking h comma k and finding this line and this line solving it. Or what Gideon said, use parametric forms, or what Mithun said, point circle. Okay. Alright. So it is some method I'll write for others benefit. Okay. Let us write 2 methods. Method 1. When I join to this angle is theta. Tan theta is equal to minus 1 by slope of this, which is 3 by 4, which is minus 4 by. From this, cos theta is 3 by 5 and sin theta is 4 by 5. Either you can do minus 4 by 5. You have to take minus for one of them. If you want to take here or here, up to you, doesn't matter. When tan theta is negative, among cos and sin, one of them must be positive, one of them must be negative. Okay, this slope is 3 by 4. So this line slope is minus 4 by 3. With that inclination, theta, tan theta is this side not. Now parametric form directly. X1 plus or minus r cos theta, y1 plus or minus r sin theta. On a line whose inclination is theta, starting from 1 comma 2, you want to go 5 this side or 5 units this side. It will be 1 plus or minus radius is 5 into cos theta is 3 by 5. 2 plus or minus 5 into minus 4 by 5. 1 plus or minus 3, 2 plus or minus minus 1 plus 3, 2 plus minus 4, or 1 minus 3, 2 minus minus 4. That is 4 comma minus 2 or minus 2 comma 6. These are the centers. Radius is 5. So x minus 4 whole square, y plus 2 whole square, y square, x plus 2 whole square, y minus 6 whole square equal to 5 square. But these are the two answers. So, hi Reshmita, you understood this solution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Puneet, you have done this question before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which method you have done?
Parametric one.
Like this, what we have done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lochan Srivatsa, are you there? Harshit, up to which question you tried? Harashrikar, mains up to which question you tried?
47, sir.
Good. Okay, I'm arranging this. Is the solution clear? Okay. What happened to the mind that you made? I wanted to use S plus lambda L equal to 0. Maybe some other question will use it. Okay, 46 some of you completed, but I just want to explain the question. Okay, I will not write much, just explain. Sorry. Okay. Let's say I have a circle with the center 0, 0 and radius 8. What I want to do is take this point and move it towards right side by d units. Take this point and move towards right side by d units. take this point and move right side by d units. Every point here, the whole thing is moved towards right by d units. Another way of saying same thing is, I have a rod of length d. It is parallel to x-axis. It has two ends. I have one marker here, two pens like this. One of them is here and one of them is here. And I always move like this. This hand is always tracing this. Then this hand also will trace one curve now. Okay. So what that final curve will be? What it will come equation? Anybody want to tell?
X minus d whole square plus y square equals to a square.
The whole circle moved towards right side by d units. Earlier center 0, 0, now center d, 0, radius will be 8. So x minus d whole square plus y minus 0 whole square equal to s. Instead of d units, if I travel a units, all of them towards right, the whole circle will go towards right. It will become x minus a whole square plus y square equal to s square. Only center becomes a, 0. That is the question number 46. Am I correct? Okay, let us discuss 52 and 53. The circle passing through 1, minus 2 and touching x-axis at 3, 0. So I have x-axis 3, 0 somewhere here, touching there, there will be a lot of things like this. Among them, a particular circle will be passing through even 1, minus 2. Okay, this is 3, 0. Somewhere here 1, minus 2. Okay, touching x-axis at 3, 0, there are a lot of circles, and a particular circle is touching at 1, minus. Okay, even here, I can do s plus lambda L and all, but not required here. If it is slant line, I would have done that. I know this point circle, I know this line, I can use s plus lambda L and substitute this point to get lambda. But this is elliptical or horizontal, very easy. I even know it is in the fourth quadrant. If I take radius r, what are the coordinates of the center will be?
3, minus 1.
Yes, 3, minus 1. So let radius be r. Center is equal to 3, minus. How to know r value? Even distance between these two should be radius. So you can equate that. Because this is C, this is B. Cp is equal to r, that is 3 minus 1 whole square minus r plus 2 whole square is equal to r square. So that is 4 plus r square minus 4r plus 4 equal to r square. I can cancel r square. 4r equal to 8, so r equal to. That's it. Now center is equal to 3, minus 2 and the radius 2. So x minus 3 whole square, y plus 2 whole square equal to 2. X square plus y square minus 6x plus 4y equal to 0. No, plus 9 equal to 2. It's not like anything great. I think even in the first day on the circles chapter, I can ask this question because from the figure only it can be done. Am I right? So most questions in circles doesn't need any new knowledge. Okay, you can draw the figure, visualize the question. Mostly you can by geometry you can do it. By using straight lines little bit you can do it. Some questions have few formulas. I hope those are writing these things. You are not writing in class notes. Wherever you are writing object to solution, main solution, you should be writing in that book. I hope everybody have 3 clear-cut books. Class notes separate, IP homework separate, and object to homework separate. Anybody? I think nobody is mixing up all 3 and making a khichdi of the whole thing, right? What is the meaning of potpourri? Anybody knows potpourri? Okay, 52 completed. I'm erasing this. Okay, 53. Let us visualize this question. We have x-axis. In third quadrant, I have a point of -1, comma. The second quadrant, I have a point -1, comma 1. So, what the question is, passing through this and touching x-axis, there are a lot of circles. One is this. One is the circle like this. One is the circle like this. You can have a huge circle like this. Okay. There are a lot of circles touching x-axis and passing through -1, comma 1. Earlier we done one question where we wanted locus of other end of the diameter. Now they are asking locus of center. Okay. It will be a parabola. In parabola chapter, we will study why it is a parabola. Okay. Not just because it looks like U shape. Anything looks like U shape is not parabola. For example, you take y equal to x power 4, y equal to x power 100. They all will be somewhat like U shape only, but doesn't mean they are parabolas. Okay. Now, actually, this question is very easy without even finding the complete answer. If you look at all these points, some curve like this, among all of them, which one will have least y coordinate and how much is that?
0.2, 0.5.
Yes. What is this point? -1, comma 0. What is this point will be? Midpoint of these two. -1, comma half. Am I correct?
-1, comma 1/2.
Yes. So out of all these points, you can see these are least y coordinate. So option is directly k greater than or equal to 1/2. I think that's what they asked, something like that. But still, we'll try to find the locus. Take the center as h comma k. This distance is also radius. This distance is also radius. This is also radius. This is also radius. But this is nothing but magnitude of y coordinate or y coordinate itself, right? Okay. So if I equate the radius, one way it is k, another way it is this distance. If there is this distance, then if I take any one of these centers, it is as good as distance to x-axis should be same as distance to this line. That's all. So radius is k, and another is root over h plus 1 whole square plus k minus 1 whole square. I get k square equal to h plus 1 whole square. I will not expand this, but I will expand this. K square minus 2k plus 1. K square will cancel. Send 2k this side and divide. we'll get k equal to h plus 1 whole square plus 1 by 2. This is a locus relation between h and k. But something whole square, minimum value is 0. So it is greater than or equal to 1 by 2. Which we could tell from the figure very easily. So I think option B is, we can easily say obviously from the figure. Am I right? Is it all right? 53? Anvik, understood 53?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even though we can tell answer from the figure that minimum y coordinate is 1 by 2, but still better to write this equation because they may ask sometimes what is the locus of the center. Then you should be able to tell locus equation, not just minimum value of k. So even though you are able to tell from the answer, please write the locus also of which come up. All right, now we'll continue the theory. Let us go to class notes. So I discussed up to 53, at least most of the questions, whatever asked out. But I want everybody to complete up to 65. Is it okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So complete up to 65, and then in the IP of exercise 1C also you have to complete. Tomorrow I'll discuss both the doubts.
So tomorrow is not a holiday.
Okay, day after tomorrow. Sorry. So by Monday, please complete that. Okay. And Monday afternoon, I'll definitely keep a class for past year mains questions. I'm saying it from few days, but somehow it is getting postponed. But you got a Sunday now, and you got more ideas about the questions, so you'll be able to try more questions. Monday, we'll discuss all the doubts in past year mains at least first 50 or something. Okay, what is the last thing in the class notes we discussed?
Chord of contact.
God of contact.
Contact.
S1 equal to 0 formula we derived, right? Today, what is the date today?
15. So 15.
50. Alright, so when external point is given, equation for formula for chord of contact is S1 equal to 0. Alright. Now, this is a point to draw two tangents that are touching at 2 points, and this is a line. If this point is given, this line is S1 equal to 0. But sometimes somebody may ask, they'll give this line and ask what is this point, then how to find. It is not necessary that to solve the circle and line, find this point, find this point, find this tangent equation, solve them, get this point. All that not required. If line is given, how to find point is assume this x1 by 1, find this s1 equal to 0 and compare. Alright. So in the continuation of chord of contact only, one more point you can write there. if a line intersects or if chord of contact of external point Lx plus external point P with respect to circle x square plus y square equal to r square is Lx plus my plus m equal to 0. Then P is equal to minus r square L by n minus r square m by n. Okay, proof. Let P be x1 comma y1. So its chord of contact is S1 equal to 0. That is x1 plus y1 equal to r square. Let us compare it. Lx plus my equal to minus. We will get x1 by L equal to y1 by m equal to r square by minus m. From this we get x1 equal to minus r square L by n and y1 equal to minus r square. If point is given, finding line is s1 equal to 0. If line is given, finding the corresponding point is this formula. But we can only use this formula if center is origin. Center is not origin, we have to assume x1, y1, do this process than the formula. Have I given this formula before also? 1 or 2 days before? For something else?
Yes, sir.
The formula for what?
Point of
contact of
with the
tangents.
See, S1 equal to 0 is formula for two things. What is that? If a point is on the circle, it will give tangent. If point is outside, it will give you chord of contact. In the same way, this is also formula for two things. If the line is touching the circle, it's a point of contact. If line is intersecting the circle, you draw tangents there, wherever meet it is that point. So this is two things. This is also 2-in-1 formula. If the line is tangent, point of contact. If it is odd, then is the corresponding point there.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, what did you write this if a chord of contact of external point P?
So its chord of contact is S1 equal to 0.
No, sir, above, sir. Statement above.
If chord of contact of external point P with respect to circle expressed to r square is Lx plus m by n equal to 0, then P equal to this. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. We are going to discuss little more further. I also said this that if a point is on the circle, S1 equal to 0 will give tangent. If point is outside the circle, S1 equal to 0 will give you chord of contact. If a point is inside the circle, S1 equal to 0 will give you some line, but what it is, I said I'll tell later. That is today. But before that, Forget about it. Think about this question and answer. I have a circle and I have a point. Through this, I will draw many secants. Okay. At these two end points, I will draw tangents. Let's take at one point. At these 2 points, I will draw tangents. They will meet at one point. At these 2 points, I can draw tangents. They will meet at one point. All these points, when you join, you don't want to guess what will be the shape of that. Try to draw on your own if you want. Draw a circle, take one point, draw many tangents, draw tangents here, tangents here, tangents here. What are the locus of all these points? Roughly the shape of this, try to understand.
Sir, can I turn off my video?
Okay. All right. Yes, any wild guess about what is the shape of the locus?
Straight line, sir.
Okay, let us see. Anything else? Okay, I feel from the
Sir,
figure.
can you
it is
repeat the
difficult.
question?
Okay, anyway, from the figure it is actually difficult. It may be a part of a circle, part of a parabola, or some other curve, we don't know. Okay, but anyway, it's not at this point I will take outside, I can take inside. Take a circle, take a point inside. Draw different chords to them. Right? Take a point inside, draw different chords to them. Take this chord, at the end you draw tangents to circle, they'll meet at one point. Take another chord, draw tangents at the end, they'll meet at one point. Take another chord, draw tangents at the end, they'll meet at one point. All those points will lie on a straight line. Okay? That straight line is called polar of this point. So what we are discussing is polar of a point with respect to a circle definition. What is polar of a point? Means to that point draw many chords. At the end of each chord draw tangents. They will meet at one point. The locus of all those points is a line, and that line is called polar. So for this point, this line is called polar. And if this is x1, y1, this line is equation is s1 equal to 0. So when a point is inside, s1 equal to 0 is a line outside, and what is that? Is this polar. Okay. Then I will give you proper definition of polar. Polar. If chord of contact of point Q with respect to a circle passes through P, then the line on which Q lies is called polar of P with respect to circle. Okay. I can define it in a slightly different way, but I have a circle, I have a point P. What do you mean by polar? You have to take a point, draw tangents, and the chord of contact should pass through P. Maybe take another point, draw tangents, chord of contact should pass through P. You can be here, you can be here. Like that, there is not one Q, there are many Qs. You join all of them, you get a line. That line is called polar. Even for that formula is S1 equal to 0. We'll derive why it is. Okay. If P is x1 comma y1, then polar of P is S1 equal to 0. How to get it? Very simple. Let Q be x2 comma y2. Chord of contact of Q is S2 equal to 0. It should pass through P x1 comma y1. So that is S12 equal to 0. So locus of x2 comma y2 is S1 equal to 0. See what is that we have done? I took this point, this is x1, y1, fixed point, this is a variable point x2, y2. Take this point as x2, y2. For this point, what is this line? Chord of contact. Formula for chord of contact is already S1 equal to 0. If this is x2, y2, this will be S2 equal to 0. If this is x3, y3, this will be S3 equal to 0. If this is x4, y4, this is S4 equal to 0. Doesn't matter. So this is x2, y2, so this is S1 equal to 0. S2 equal to 0. Sorry. S2 equal to 0 line, what it is doing? It is passing through point P. So I have to substitute x1, y1 in it. Already 50% 2 is substituted. Other 50% if I substitute 1, I will get S12 equal to 0. Now, I want to find locus of x2, y2. After getting an algebraic condition, locus of x2, y2 means remove x2 and write x and remove y2 and write y. If I remove x2, y2 and write x and y means 50% I have not substituted 2. Only other 50% I substituted 1. That means it will become S1 equal to 0 back. Okay, so that's how this line is S1 equal to 0. So please read the definition, try to understand this. If required, I am ready to explain once again. I'll be back in a minute. Just copy and write on this. Okay. Anybody any doubt about polar definition? No, everybody is clear.
Sir,
And the proof? Yes, please.
sir, I got disconnected. Once can you explain by the figure only?
Okay. You finish this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basically, what we are discussing now is polar of a point with respect to a circle. For every point, there is some line. It is called polar. But what it is locus of a point. What is that? You take a circle. You can take P inside the circle. You can take P on the circle. You can take P outside the circle. Anything is good. If you want polar, through this you draw many cards. At the end of each card, you draw tangents. These two tangents will meet here. For this card, the tangents will meet here. For this card, the tangents will meet here. All these points will lie on a line. That line is called polar. If P is on the circle, also same. Draw one tangent at P. Many cards through P you draw. For this card, at the end you draw tangents, will meet here. For this card, at the end you draw tangents, will meet here. And for this card, at the end you draw tangents, will meet here. For this card, at the end you draw tangents, will meet here. What is the locus of all these points? That is called polar of P. But you can easily see polar of P and tangent at P are same, no?
Yes, sir.
They have to be same because formula for tangent at P is S1 equal to 0. Formula for polar of P is also S1 equal to 0. They should be same. And in the graphically we can see that. Anvik, is it clear?
Yes.
If a point is on the circle, tangent and polar are same. Okay. Coming to this, if P is outside, draw many cards. At the end of each one, you draw tangents. Okay, all of them will lie on a line. Okay, this line is called polar of P. Because the point is outside, the card of contact and polar should be same. Why? If you take a card here and draw tangent, they will meet here. The extreme case will be tangent itself. Another extreme case will be tangent itself. So where tangent is touching the circle, those 2 points also should lie on the curve as a limiting case. Okay. So one may say here locus is not this full line, only this ray, but not in between, because for any card if you draw tangent, they will not meet inside the circle. That is the reason when I defined like this. If card of contact of Q passes through P, then Q lies on a line. That line is called polar, not the locus of Q. I did not use the word locus of Q purposely for this case. I said the line on which Q lies, that line is called polar of Q. Alright, so if you call any one of these points as Q, the card of contact of Q with respect to circle should pass through P. Then we say the locus of Q is the Q lies on a line. That line is called polar. And the formula for polar is S1 equal to 0. It is on the circle, it matches with the tangent. Outside the circle, it matches with card of contact. When it is inside the circle, it is some line outside the circle. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have to draw these figures, not now. Later on, I'll tell you. After written earlier part, please write 1 or 2 questions in the class notes only. Please write one question. Find polar of the point Find polar of the point 2, 3. Find polar of the point 2, 3. With respect to the circle, x square plus y square plus 4x plus 10y minus 1 equal to 0. Just do s1 equal to 0, you'll get line that's all. Yes, what is the answer? Simple s1 equal to 0 only, na? What is the answer?
2x plus y equal to 6.
6. Where from 6?
9, sir.
2x plus
2x plus 4y plus 9 equals to 0.
Is it correct? 2x plus 4y plus 9 equal to 0? Why others are not responding? Such a simple question.
Yes, sir. 2x plus 4y minus 9 equal to 0.
2x plus 4y minus 9 equal to 0. Or plus 9.
Plus
Plus 9.
Plus 9 equal to.
Okay. Right, next question. Find polar of the point. Find polar of the point 5, 3. Find polar of the point 5, 3. With respect to the circle, x square plus y square minus 10x minus 6y minus 4 equal to 0. What is happening here? Something absurd coming, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. X and Y terms are getting coming
Then
0,
you
sir.
can cancel some non-zero number equal to 0 coming. What is this absurd thing coming? Anybody want to tell why it is happening?
it is center.
Yeah, because its center is happening. That means center of the circle will not have polar. Anybody want to comment why center of the circle will not have polar?
Tangents intersect at infinity.
Tangents?
Tangents are parallel.
Won't enter in.
Yes. If you take center of the circle, how will you find polar? Draw many cards, but they are all diameters. At the end, if you draw tangents, wherever they meet, the locus of that polar, but they don't meet. These two tangents don't meet. These two tangents don't meet. So, except for center, every other point have polar. inside, outside, on the circle. But center of the circle will not have pole. I would have said that, but I thought if I tell you a question, you will remember more strikingly. Okay, so I wanted to draw these three figures and write few points. Center of a circle will not have polar with respect to circle. Okay. Why? I just keep question mark and leave it. If you want to write any explanation, you can write. If P is outside, inside the circle, polar is completely exterior to circle. If P is on the circle, polar is tangent at P. If P is outside the circle, polar is caught of contact of P. With respect to circle. Okay, so draw these three figures and P is inside, on, and outside, and write these 4 points. So, number 3, is it clear? What is polar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm erasing this whole thing. Pole. By the way, I'm just before writing about this, you can see the power of coordinate geometry. Let us say we don't have coordinate geometry, that is writing equations and all to circles and lines and all. Imagine you are in 9th class or 10th class. Okay, use geometry. You have a circle and you have a point and draw many chords to them. At the end, you draw tangents. Okay, you got so many points. If somebody asks you, show that all these points will lie on a line. I don't think it's any easy question. Am I correct? But now we are assuming this x1, y1, x2, y2 and doing some algebraic manipulation, we are able to get a linear equation. The linear equation is line. So some questions which are otherwise very difficult in pure geometry, they become very easy in coordinate geometry. So we have an advantage of each. Similarly, some questions by coordinate geometry are very difficult. Simply by pure geometry, they may be easy. All right. Okay, what is pole? Pole definition is like this. I'll give a circle, I'll give a line. For a line, there is a point called pole. What is that? Take this point on the line, draw two tangents and find quadrant. Take another point on the line, draw two tangents and find quadrant. Take another point on the line, draw two tangents and find quadrant. Take another point on the line, draw two tangents and find point of contact. Interestingly, all these chords of contact, they will be concurrent at a point. That point is called pole of this line with respect to this circle. This is nothing reverse actually. This is pole, this is polar, and this is line and this is pole. That's all. Even though both are same, but the definition is slightly different. You take different points on the line, find their chords of contact, they will be concurrent. Again, in pure geometry, if somebody asks, prove that all these are concurrent, I don't think it's an easy one. But now it is very easy. Is it alright? What's the definition of pole?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whoever videos is off, please put on your videos. Chords of contact of different points on a line with respect to a circle are concurrent. That point of concurrence is called pole of line with respect to circle. So whenever you want a pole of a line with respect to circle, you have to draw different chords of contact. They will be concurrent, and they all that point of concurrence is called pole. I don't have to draw the figure because same as the previous figure. And here also, if the line is outside, pole will be inside. If the line is on tangent to circle, the pole will be the point of contact. And if the line is intersecting, it is that point for which line is chord of contact. Maybe you can write that also. If line is tangent to circle, pole is point of contact. If line is exterior to circle, pole is interior to circle. If line is intersecting circle, pole is line intersecting circle, pole's chord of contact with respect to circle is given there. So same three figures I don't have to draw once again. Pole and polar are interchangeable. That is, for a point, if line is polar, for that line the given point is pole. All right. Everybody wrote all these points? Rhythm day completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, if point is given and they ask polar, it is very easy. You do S1 equal to 0, you will get it. But if line is given and they want pole, what to do? You assume the pole is x1, y1, find the polar S1 equal to 0, and you have to compare. Okay? That comparison will be easier when center is origin, but when center is not origin, you have to do a little bit work. So through an example, we will see about that. Please write one question, everybody. Find the pole of the line find pole of the line 4x plus 7y minus 30 equal to 0. Find pole of the line 4x plus 7y minus 30 equal to 0. With respect to the circle, x square plus y square minus 10x minus 10y plus 25 equal to 0. Okay, so the process is let the pole be x1, y1, find s1 equal to 0 polar and compare with the given line. Okay, so let the pole be x1, y1. Find polar based on s1 equal to the formula. Combine x term, this one, combine y terms, rest of them. Then x coefficient by x coefficient, y coefficient by y coefficient, constant by constant. Equate these two, do cross multiplication, one equation. Equate these two, I cancel 2 in the denominator and then I have cross multiplication. And then I cancel 1 5. I think here only I can cancel 5 here. So, and then we got this. And right, solve these two to get. Have I done correct or something wrong?
X1 minus 2y1, sir, not 5y1.
Oh, 2y. Okay. So when you solve these two, you get x1 comma y1 is 1 comma minus. So see, if pole is given, finding polar is so easy. S1 equal to 0. But reverse, if polar is given, finding pole is little lengthy. Okay, everybody completed? J3 understood the procedure? Are you there, Jayashree? Understood the procedure?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Varshit?
Sir.
Understood the procedure?
Yes, sir.
Vamsi, what is roll number 341? Are you there, Vamsi? All right. Okay, if center is origin, it is easier. Write few points. Pole of line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 with respect to circle x square plus y square equal to r square is minus r square L by N minus r square M by N. Pole of line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 with respect to circle S equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0 is minus g plus L r square by Lg plus Mf minus f plus Mr square by Lg plus Mf minus. This formula you already know, and how it comes is simply take pole as x1 y1 and s1 equal to 0 and compare with this, will become very easy. But when center is not origin, it is not an easy formula. Like we're done question now, we're done the process. So somebody says, no, I don't want the process, give me a formula. This is a formula. Even when center is not origin. But we'll also see how to derive this. Okay, so by now we have seen this formula twice. If this line is tangent, this is a formula for point of contact. If this line is intersecting, this is a formula of the point for which the given line is chord of contact. And for this line, it's a pole. Because after all, actually they are same. Even if line is completely outside, this pole will be inside. Okay, for this explanation, circle equation I can write x plus g whole square y plus f whole square equal to r square. Now to take this a capital X and capital Y according to translation of axis. Capital X square plus capital Y square equal to r square. Now if I translate this, the line equation also will change. What will happen to line? L equal to, I took small x plus g as capital X. So in the place of small x, I should be able to write capital X minus y into capital Y minus f plus n equal to 0. If I expand this, we call L capital X, M capital Y minus LG minus MF plus N equal to 0. Now, what is the pole of this line with respect to this circle? Okay. Pole of this line with respect to circle, capital X square plus capital Y square to R square based on this formula. I can use minus R square L, but in the place of n, I have to write the whole thing. Minus LG minus MF plus M minus R square MP by minus LG minus MF plus M. Okay, which is R square L by LG plus MF minus M. And R square M by LG plus MF minus. Now translate back to the whole thing. So what actually we've done is, we have a circle here, we have a line, and we wanted to find the pole. We don't have any easy formula. First, we move the origin there. Circle equation will change, line equation will change, find the pole. Then we got this. But that is with respect to this origin. With respect to this origin, what will happen? So again, you have to add minus g and minus f. So by translating back, okay, we get required answer. I don't want to write this expression answer. Okay, so when center is not origin to the circle, there is a formula for pole which is this. I am not expecting that you should remember this because we have the procedure, like we had done one question. But if somebody wants to remember, the textbook formula is there, proof is not there, but I am giving the proof so that you'll have an idea how did this come. Is it okay? Lokeshwar, understood?
Sir.
Okay. Saptarshi Mandal,
Sir,
understood?
Today I will see
Yes, sir.
because what is not at all clear.
Okay, all right. Uday Aditya, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does any line will not have pole? For every line.
Tangent, sir.
Huh?
Tangent.
No, tangent will have a pole. The point of contact itself is pole. So here, what is pole? You have a circle and a line. Draw chords of contact for each point. Okay, you'll get this one, this one, this one. They'll be congruent. The point of congruence is called pole. Is there any line for which pole will not be there?
If a line is interior to the circle without touching the circle.
If line is interior to the circle also, now they will get this one.
Without touching the circle, sir.
The diameter.
Yes, diameter will not. Why? You take one point, draw two tangents, will have chord of contact. Take another point, draw two tangents, will have chord of contact. Take another point, draw two tangents, will have chord of contact. But all the chords of contact are if the line is diameter and for different points and chords of contact, all the chords of contact are parallel. Because they are parallel, they are not congruent at a point, so there is no point of congruence, so there is no pole. Is it clear? Why nobody is responding? They are not clear or what?
Clear, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So somewhere you can note that. Okay. After this or before this, somewhere you can write diameter of a circle will not have pole with respect to circle. Will not have pole with respect to circle. Why? You can just put a question mark and leave it. You want to give some explanation, you can write it. So except center, every other point has polar, and except diameters, all other lines will have pole. Okay. I want everybody to think about it. If somebody want to give an explanation, Monday you can give me. Let us say I have two lines, two intersecting lines. Touching these two lines, there will be a lot of circles. One circle like this. Touching these two and touching this, there will be one more circle. Touching these two and this circle, there will be one more circle. There will be one more circle. There will be one more. Like that, we can have a series of circles forever, right? If we take this radius, this radius, this radius, this radius, so on, they will be in geometric progression. Okay? Why? You have to prove that. If you want, okay, the radius of all these circles in a row will be in geometric progression. If you want to tell me in a simple way, just take only 3 circles. Like this. If this radius is A, this radius is B, this radius is C, you have to simply prove AC equal to B square. If you prove that, you prove that they are in geometric progression. All right, Lokeshwar. Lokeshwar, you could see the board somewhat or still not clear?
Sir, not at all clear, sir.
Okay, you can see the recording later on. What to do? Network problems. Okay, what is that on the board I'm erasing? Is it okay? Anybody any doubt? No, okay. Okay, conjugate points. Okay, please write the definition of this conjugate points. A polar of P with respect to a circle passes through Q, passes through point Q. Then polar of Q will also pass through point P. Okay. This kind of points, or you can say then P and Q are called conjugate points. Okay. Just every point on polar is conjugate to P. Every point on polar of P is conjugate to P. Okay. So for point P, there will be polar Q or polar. On that point, you take any line, any point. Sorry. So you have a circle. You have a point P. Draw polar. You can take Q here, 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 here. Anywhere you take. Every one of them is called conjugate of this. And in fact, for Q, the card of contact will be like this. It will definitely pass through P. Because that's the definition of polar. What is polar of P means? You take any point on that, draw a card of contact. Please pass through P. So polar of P is this line which is passing through Q, and polar of Q is this line which is passing through P. That is my first statement. If polar of P with respect to the circle passes through point Q, then definitely polar of Q will pass through point P. Then P and Q are called conjugate points. And for one point P, conjugate points is not unique. There will be infinite conjugate points. This point is also conjugate, this also conjugate, this also conjugate. And what is the formula for them? Okay, just I write the statement and stop the class. P x1 y1 and Q x2 y2 are conjugate points with respect to circle if S12 equal to 0. That is very simple. Because what is the polar of P? S1 equal to 0. Alright. If you want an explanation. Polar of P is S1 equal to 0. Qx2 comma y2 should lie on this. Implies S12 equal to 0. Already S1 equal to 0, 50% one substituted. So the other 50% x2 y2, it will be S12. We should satisfy, so equal to 0. Okay. So the center is origin, not origin, doesn't matter. 2 points of conjugate point means simply S12 equal to 0. Is it okay for everybody? What is conjugate points?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If not, you can just draw one figure and stop it. Take any point, draw card of contact. Take one point on that, draw a chord of contact, pass to this. This is P and this is P. That's okay. So try to write mains questions up to 65 and try to complete up to exercise 1C. You'll be able to do even exercise 1D if you want to. Then pass your mains questions also. All right. We'll meet on Monday. Thank you.